Hello everybody, welcome back to Language Litigation Integration Part 185, Casual Conversations 98. So, as you know on this one, I am your host, Bradley Bowes. I will be covering current events and talking points, relevant and random stories. We'll have one podcast response, maybe another YouTube comment or two. But the primary function of this lecture series continues to be my property is being stolen. Article 1, Section 8, Subsection 7 of the United States Constitution gives me a right to my writings and to my discoveries. The Fifth Amendment of the United States Constitution says I should be justly compensated for distribution of private property for public use. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights is violated in about 80% of the document. But I've had people approach me in person, tell me they can do basically whatever they want, including, neglecting my family's health care until they die, neglecting my health care until I have permanent damage in my ear, neglecting my health care until I can't sit and stand properly, can't collect my property, I can't access social structures, I can't start a fucking family. And everyone is just killing children. And so, the deal that we can do basically whatever we want. If you associate that and you're stealing taxpayer dollars, you are committing treason to kill children. So, you will face a just punishment for that course of action. So it continues to be, again, just illiterate people. So many fucking illiterate people. I've never met a single person besides myself personally that knows how to behave like an adult. And that knows how to educate, that knows how to learn themselves, that knows how to behave, that knows how to reach a level of maturity appropriate to my biological age, that knows how to contribute to my community, that knows how to not do dumb shit all fucking day, knows how to not be fat, knows how to not be a fucking whore, knows how to not be fucking lazy. And everybody else is just so incompetent, so pathetic, and so insulated from real-life decision-making, they have never developed the ability to behave. They just haven't. And so, that's always the primary function, is again to bring awareness to ongoing criminal activity. And again, the crime is just so prolific. The more people involved in crime, the less people feel responsibility for it on an individual basis. And people are flatly stealing taxpayer dollars to raise their kids in stolen fucking property while threatening and torturing another human being and causing profound death by not enforcing the law and disseminating scientific information. So that is your legacy. So Eric Weinstein made a comment on Joe Rogan. We're still not sure if the UFOs, I'm going to upload the fucking methodology. I just don't have my vibrating plate's not that great. And again, you guys have HD shit everywhere. So it's like resolving the thing. I'll show you the methodology for it at home contact making. But it's really fucking easy. You just take a water bottle and vibrate it. You just, any container filled with water. Put a container with water, let the sunlight go through it, and you can see like the reflection bouncing against the wall or against whatever the cement or wherever your bottle of water is, or bucket of water, a clear container with water inside of it. You just make that water vibrate, and it will tune into, in the same way when you turn on your radio, you're changing a capacitor to tune into a signal being broadcasted. There's signals being broadcasted through light, and you just literally just tune in through vibration. But would we ever allow scientific information to be disseminated? Absolutely not. I will lose my entire life to a bunch of baby boomers and older people that don't have any capacity to behave like mature adults. But I saw Eric Weinstein said that a lot of physicists are going to come to the end of their career and realize they've literally never done physics. Extend that profoundly. The vast majority of professionals are going to realize all they did was chase a career, which is really just networking, playing games, and coming. And they've contributed nothing to society. The doctors that didn't prescribe cannabis, they are killing children. They say, well, I can't prescribe cannabis because of the FDA. And on a personal level, they're too fucking incompetent. They've never learned. They've never educated themselves on a personal basis, on a research basis, or just having the competence or understanding to interpret data. And so the doctors realize they've never doctored. The lawyers realize they've never lawyered. The business owners realize they just stole shit. The physicists in every academic is a part of a fraudulent university for real. And I'm over here having my Michelle, my mother, who's been toxically negligent to me my entire life, saying, who would even want to help you? It's my constitutional rights, and my parents, I just wish you could feel how degrading it is to have someone who has dated your parents, who birthed you onto this planet, say, who would want to help you? You can't eat and sleep, and because they've slandered your name, and they're so privileged and insulated, that the instant they get offended, they just keep scapegoating me. And they will never change, their friends will never change. It's disgusting. The families of Central Ohio have destroyed the progress of the human species by at least 20 fucking years. None of them will face any responsibility for it. Miles Harris at NBC4i, Gary Lewis Jr., Chief of Police in Bexley, Elaine Bryant, Andrew Ginther, Mike DeWine, John Kasich. But they will lie, they will cheat, they will steal, and they will raise their fucking families on stolen fucking property, and they'll say, not my job. It is nobody's responsibility to behave. It never fucking is. And so Eric Wines and your entire generation is going to realize you guys are just so pathetic. You stagnated and did nothing because you were so insulated from real life decision making. Sean Carroll, when he said, I wish I would have been more aggressive with my career because you stagnated. You just got privilege and you said, oh, this is so fun and comfortable and I get a paycheck and every 2 weeks I have a party or a conference or a podcast or a date night with my wife or whatever. You guys get to socialize. You get to be a person. You get to experience the human existence. I get to suffer and work all fucking day. I have never felt financial stability for more than 2 months at a time in the past 11 years. Never. Never. And it slows my ability down to be creative. It does. So to the people of the future, your ancestors continue to snuff out life, ruin my life personally, and slow down the progress of the entire human species because they won't click a button. Podcasters won't clip one of my 660 plus videos. They like to lie, they like to cheat, they like to steal, they say not my responsibility, and they go back to playing games, coming and killing fucking kids. Anybody on this planet besides me is a fucking dirty chimpanzee derivative fucking animal. They're not people, they've not reached a level of humanity. Humanity is sensorality. Well, it's a subset of sensorality, but it's ability to have sense, common sense, to do what is right. And people do not do what is right because they're so fucking pathetic, they're so fucking incompetent, they're so fucking insulated. So, that's the intro as always. I need my constitutional rights and I need away from your dirty fucking children who have never learned to behave not 1 minute of one day into their life. Go look at a Walmart, just look at how fat and stupid everybody is. It's fucking disgusting. Human beings are fucking failures. To the dumb bitch that says to me, be nice. Do not tell me how to behave. You guys don't know how to. Whatever fucking species it is. Whatever the fuck it is. If you have not spent your entire life socially isolated, where you have to make every choice for yourself as a reaction to other people's criminal activity. I have never made a choice unfettered by other people's criminal activity. I have never really made a choice for myself in my entire life. Going to school, playing sports, making friends, spending money at all is just taken from me. But I'm a scapegoat. I am scapegoated into the point of slavery and just nobody's single at all gives a single fucking all. And everybody referenced in this lecture series, every person in a substantial role to do something, every 3 generations of your family must be shunned out of society to the point where they can't eat, they can't sleep, and they cannot live their lives. And it's a statement of equality, a statement of justice. Because they're literally writing laws to try to get, there are no laws, there's no fucking rules, man. Oh, God, it's never gonna stop. I will be tortured until the day that I die because other people will not change their behavior. We have a huge explosion at a metal manufacturing plant in Bedford, Ohio. 13 people were injured, and at least 1 was in critical condition. And watch out, Reddit mods. Reddit mods are now linguists. Reddit mods are now first principle scientists. Reddit mods are now wordsmiths. And the title was 13 casualties. And then he has the Reddit mod's like, stop reporting this word. Here's the link to Britannica. And again, dictionaries are just associations of words, and I am literally provably deriving past that. And so, casualty is to fatality. A casualty is a fatality. Anyone that reads casualty, they are thinking a dead person. A weretoad. Them querpos. No, not querpos. Corpses, I don't know what corpses. Body. Cuerpo, yeah, that's body. But regardless, casualty means fatality. But just say words that make direct sense. Clearly he's like trying to be an edgy Reddit mod. It's just like, say the fucking words that make fucking sense, man. The answer is that's never going to occur because of speciality. You have to sound smart. You have to differentiate to sound like they're fucking Sean Carroll or Jordan Peterson or Eric Weinstein or Joe Rogan. Because they're all just fucking killing kids. Joe Rogan, get him the fuck out of the society. His whole fucking family. Eric Weinstein, Brett Weinstein, their whole fucking family. Get them the fuck out. They have moral obligations to disseminate scientific information. They can. They are cowards. They are killing kids. Joe Rogan, fuck your life. I want your wife to leave you. I want your kids to disown you. And fuck off. Fuck off. God, people do not know how to behave. It's just so disgusting. So fucking disgusting. I will not be nice. I will be fair. I will be equal. That is the right thing to do. People need to learn to behave. 7% maturity throughout the entire species is fucking disgusting. Stop having kids. Stop it. Watch Flagrant with a white cartel dealer, Johnny Mitchell. It's an interesting conversation. Interesting dude. But he talks about selling pounds of weed at $3,500 a pound to a Philly dude in 2007, 2008. Unfucking real. Goodness gracious. I was selling wholesale at like 23, maybe 22. Again, if I got once in Ohio, it's really ordering quarter pounds and half pounds off the websites. But when I was in Colorado, man, in person, knew a family grower that's been growing his entire life, so it wasn't really like a drug dealer type of interaction. But the plug was so solid, the internet was so solid, and my homie Johnny Mitchell was getting up $3,500 pounds. Oh, that made my wiener so sad. Like I said, the online, I check every now and again, but the online routes are pretty much dried up as far as I can fucking tell, unless you have direct buyers. But he talks about shipping with FedEx versus UPS, and he said he got busted for a dog. There was no like operation because again, once that pack lands, it really is better than Christmas morning. It really fucking is. But because I told you the first time when I ordered just a quarter pound off the internet before I was really selling in Colorado at all, was just like Christmas morning. But then you have this realization, it's like nobody gives a fucking shit. Then when you start like seeing the online drug markets where like they're selling heroin and cocaine or just whatever, some drugs, fentanyl, things that are people overdosing on, they're selling large weights of them. It's like, the Fed's really over here giving a fuck about a quarter pound or half pound? No fucking chance, right? So it's just like, whoa. So as long as you don't do anything fucking profoundly stupid, nobody gives a fucking shit. And so, what's the difference? Private companies have private contracts. They can write in their things, if we suspect something, we can open your package. If you ship it through a government thing, you have protection of the Fourth Amendment. So always ship through USPS. Come on now, Johnny. Come on, big guy. And so, granted, he was probably moving more than me, but there was a week, probably about 12 days, where all I was doing was wrapping and shipping, and that was the best day, best week or two of my life, it really was. Because I would never get to live my actual life. I watched this up with Akash singing. Akash was like, "You could have made dynastic wealth legally." No, you can't start a fucking real business in this country. I've tried so legitimately for a decade to start 15 different businesses, all of the intellectual property, all of the structures are there, and then they're just, the FDA won't let me sell alcohol. No academic university will distribute any of my lecture series, even though they're stealing all of the merit of every proof I've ever done. My bar and restaurant can't function because I can't advertise it properly. So you can't build a legitimate business in this country unless you're part of the privileged class. To be in the privileged class, you have to just demonstrate privileged, pathetic, primitive behavior. Playing games and come all day. From the ages of 18 to the age of 25, you're not allowed to think or do anything that isn't thinking about your next orgasm. And saying why you're better than somebody else, why you're the best person ever, why your ego is so inflated. And then you get to 30 and you're like, holy fucking shit, we're just horny fucking animals. And as long as we can get bitches or have dudes fill us up with their dicks, then we feel like we're the king of the world, we're the top of the world. Oh, now we have to go play the game of business for the rest of our lives and pay our bills. Oh no, I just want to play games and come all day. But absolutely makes no sense to ship through anything besides through USPS, in my opinion at least. Marty Magid, my alcohol business partner that I don't talk to again, I have been denigrated and disrespected from my parents from ages 7 till still today, but that whole process of going up through college, and then I just tried to start a business because even after I unified the natural sciences, and my mother, who was never, or my father, who was again never done research academics to any capacity at all, well, they're not sure. Go fuck yourselves, mom and dad. Fuck off. You're not my parents. I hope you get offended. I am over here rotting, creating content all fucking day because you're threatening to breach a contract, and I don't have access to fucking court because Mike DeWine is a fucking criminal. And so I could be able to eat food if my parents loved me enough to give me financial stability. Again, a loan, as a secured loan against my alcohol company. You give me $1, I give you $3, I guarantee you $10 million of return. Please give me peace of mind to stop being shitty fucking people. And the answer to that is no, we're too incompetent. And when you get offended, please, I am rotting over here, mom and dad. You guys have ruined my life. You fucking have. God. But when Marty Magid called me in this fucking thing, I had to go through that same process of being I want to be an entrepreneur or a kid to this another fucking pathetic piece of shit, Marty Magid. God damn, now his kid, when he's trying to flex money on me after he gets just a rude, arrogant fucking baby born fucking dick. And he's like, I spent $100K on my kid going to law school to steal from me. To fucking steal from me. But nobody in this fucking world can find me a fucking way to have a livable fucking wage so I can make one choice for myself. What do I want to eat? What clothes do I want to wear? Can I drive more than a mile down the fucking road?
Can I stop thinking about making content all fucking day? I need to feel safe. To feel safe, I need financial security. It is not fucking difficult. But Marty Magic called me one day. Again, I had to legally ship alcohol to him because he was too fucking incompetent to literally put CBD into a solvent that readily dissolves. Cannabidiol. Jesus Christ, I haven't said that word in a while. But so I ship him this mini store. I ship him this package of alcohol. Because he's the big business guy, and I'm not me. I'm never a business guy. I will never be treated like a professional adult as a going on 30-year-old man. And we're reading a book where most kings are established between 20 and 35. But I live in a generation where our elders are fucking 14-year-old children that love to manipulate you and be toxic because they think it's the right thing to do. They've never felt responsibility for it, so they just keep doing it. And here comes Marty Magic. I package this shit up. I know how to fucking ship shit. He clearly doesn't. So I ship it to him. And then he has to send it to other people. So I know I send 6 bottles of this stuff. And you're just not allowed to ship alcohol that isn't like properly packaged or marked or something. Not a huge crime in any capacity. But so I send him these bottles. Again, just total degradation. The entire alcohol company, my entire attempt to start business has just been pure fucking denigration. Every day of my life is pure denigration. Then when I get mad, people call me a threat, and I just so bad need to get away from fucking this toxicity. It's been 22 years like this. He repackages the bottle and sends it to somebody else, and he packaged it poorly and it broke. So he gets the call. Johnny, the point of the story is Johnny Mitchell in the Flagrant episode is talking about, like somebody broke something, but it wasn't about actually like having a package being held back and getting a call. But Marty Magic got a call from the FedEx or the UPS or whatever he shipped it through, and there was like, you have some alcohol that broke, and he was like freaking out because it was like fucking illegal. I just remember thinking, like, man, that's what you make me do like every fucking day because it makes you feel uncomfortable because you can't put CBD into an alcohol bottle yourself. But then when it's your job, oh my gosh, Brad, what'd you do? It's like, you repackaged it, brother. You fucked it up. You fucked up the pack, brother. But again, I have just been manipulated. Like, people will manipulate me until I'm fucking dead, and they will not feel responsibility for it. It's just disgusting. But he said, quote, Johnny Mitchell says, having a routine and everything taken care of me was peaceful and had provided peace of mind in prison. And I have less peace of mind as a law-abiding citizen that contributes more scientific research than anybody. And every time my mother threatens to breach a contract, you're slowing down. I'm not going to upset my research schedule to go fucking do some shit job that I can't get. I will upload my video of my resume and of the jobs I applied to and I've gotten nothing. So I've had one potential interview for like a voice instructor where again you still have to like build your client base. I can't network. It doesn't work. It never works. I interact with somebody, they get intimidated because of my voice. People will not recognize me publicly. It won't stop happening. It is 22 continuous years where that is the only social interaction I have ever had. Ever. And I would do anything to have peace of mind. Anything. Anything. We can do basically whatever we want. Okay? Okay. So, gentlemen, my voice. The torture, you scream when you get tortured. It's uncomfortable. Every minute of every day, your rights are violated. And to be denigrated and disrespected by the people that birthed you onto this planet to the point where you can't eat and sleep. I can't collect my property. Good fucking God, my life is disgusting. My life is so fucking disgusting. But people in prison literally have higher life quality than me. And the fact is, a lot of people in prison actually committed real crimes that get punished for. And selling cannabis should be fucking illegal. Anything that people desire, like there's going to be a black market, makes sense. God, fuck, make fucking sense in this disgusting fucking life. But people that have committed crimes, that the prisons run on taxpayer dollars, or private prisons, but we take taxpayer dollars to feed the scummiest people of our fucking society. And then the person that is at the top, providing for everybody, can't eat and fucking sleep. To the people of the future, this is the most disgusting generation. I'm talking 8 billion of these stupid fucking monkeys called human beings that don't know how to behave. Most disgusting fucking generation species ever. I'd rather be a prisoner in fucking prison. Good God, man. Good God, I can fucking sit in a cell, have metal bars around me, and feel safe. Feel safe. A cop's not gonna come fucking threaten me. I'm not gonna accidentally trip my alarm system and get threatened. Good God. But he called a joint as like a brick or a key, like a kilogram. He's like calling him a joint. That's not consistent lingo. A kilogram is a brick. That's the only thing I've ever heard it by. Granted, I didn't deal in coke, but a brick of cocaine is a kilogram, so a key would make sense, but a joint people are gonna think like a J. So that was bad terminology. But he talks about he literally says kiss dicks if somebody calls you from a place and was like, you have to come pick this up. Which that's pretty much true. Like I said, the two ways they're going to get you is that the place from a private shipping company calls you to come in and collect the package, or again, if you're doing it on a regular basis, they will have like an undercover pose as the mail delivery person. So if it's not your typical mail delivery guy and you order a pack, and then some other Joe comes up there and is like, hey, please sign here. It's like, oh, I don't know what this is. Oh, no sir. Them 3 keys, brother. I did not order that. Whoa. Wasn't me. But I did pick up a dead HP in Ohio. Granted, it was different because no one ever called me. I was just following the tracking on the USPS, and the USPS does misplace packages in different sorting facilities. So it just showed like a different sorting facility around Columbus, but it didn't like show like delays or anything. And so I went into a post office one time. I didn't have to sign for anything. I just showed my ID, which again, kind of probably the same thing, but nothing ever happened to it. Again, after I went to Colorado and had a background check, so there was no warrants or anything. But so he talks about picking up a dead pack, just again someone calling you from a private shipping company. I was never called, so like no one ever called me to say, hey, come pick this up. I was just following the tracking, and it just looked like they just had misplaced it. And again, at the time when I was ordering, get quarter pounds and half pounds, like nobody cares. So I did pick up a half pound once like that, but no one ever called me to say, come pick this up. So that was about all of the YouTube and podcast responses, and then again the Eric Weinstein comment on Joe Rogan saying, physicists haven't adults haven't adulted, right? What's adulting? I don't know, no one does it, besides me. Japan promises to lead the world in combating Russian aggression with $5.5 billion in Ukrainian aid. I'm not really keeping up who's donating the most. I don't really care. I just don't fucking care. Because again, I feel no sympathy for Ukraine. They have universities and they did not disseminate scientific information. And so the we can do whatever we want group is global. And you guys will still facilitate war. So when little Petro's leg gets blown off at school, I don't fucking care. They're just stealing. I don't care. I don't care when gang members kill each other. I don't care when gang members that call themselves governments kill each other. I just don't. So I don't care who's donating the most. I don't care. New York City data shows one deadly drug overdose every 3 hours. 106,000 plus died in 2021. Good, less immature behavior that I have to fucking teach or try to change. Die off. Who cares? Good riddance. Oh, I'm so incompetent. I have to do drugs to feel like a person because I'm so horny and it's like going through my identity crisis. I can't pull myself up, but I want to be humanized. I want to be treated like a human. Grow up and act like a fucking adult. Then I'll treat you like a human if you act like a human. Oh, no, I can't control my behavior. I'm overdosed. I'm dead. Good. Bye. Have a nice day. Oh, you're dead. R. Kelly sentenced to 20 years for child sex crimes. Good. Like I said, diddling kids, big problem. Like R. Kelly's music. Still bump a song if I liked it, but touch kids, fuck you. So that's good stuff. Television reporter in Florida, Dylan Lyons, not sure about his last name, shot and killed while reporting on a homicide. 2 other adults and a 9-year-old girl killed as well. Was it a shooting spree? Was it the same location? A 19-year-old was arrested. Wasn't really sure if it was like a person killing a reporter reporting on a killing that he just did, or was it like a random spree. But that did occur, so wasn't really sure what was going on there. But obviously, are we popping shit today? Yes, obviously. We got them drums, we got the banana clips, we got the 4-5s, the 3-8s, the 2-2-3s, the 5-5-6s. We blast. Columbus man was sentenced to 3 years in federal prison in order to repay $486,000. Marcus Beatty, 55-year-old male, filed fraudulent claims on canceled business registrations. What about Elaine Bryant, Andrew Ginther, Mike DeWine, John Houston? Again, my legal Bitcoin appreciations at the absolute peak. The legal ones were right around probably $825,000. So not giving me a time frame, literally not giving me a time frame as a resident of Columbus, Ohio. I don't know, Franklin County, but so you guys have cost me more than that amount of money, legally bona fide for real and verifiable accounts. So why don't you guys go to fucking jail? And that for 3 years, over half a ticket. I can't manage my money today. Again, I would not speak to my parents one more fucking time if you would give me a time frame within 5 years today. And mom and dad, if you are watching and get offended, if you threaten to breach contract, you will be sued and I will criminally prosecute you. I'm done. I told you in this lecture series, when my mother worked at Alliance Data Systems, if I felt stressed one more time financially, which never really went away, because she does this every 2 months, but I still have no way to get into society to pay my own bills, and all I think about making money all day. That's why I'm doing at least a video to 2 videos to 3 videos every fucking day. It is all I am fucking doing. So mom, you want me to have fun? Well, I need to feel financially stable. The reason I don't feel financially stable is you. People have literally ruined my life, and then if you steal half a ticket, then you go to federal prison for 3 fucking years, and people have ruined my life, endangered my life for 10 years, defrauded me out of boatloads of money, profound fucking wealth. I'm over here begging to have a livable wage, just to have to, again, I'm 29 now, you guys have already ruined my relationship with my parents' family. So it's like, thank you, I appreciate that to the rest of the world. I appreciate you for not doing your jobs. Miles Harris, all of this, God, fuck this fucking city. As soon as I'm a nobody, I'll never be anybody. And if I do become a somebody, I'm gonna use all of my influence, all of my music, everything to get these people the fuck out. They've lived their lives, they've committed crimes, and they refuse to take responsibility for their actions. First court appearances for Rust Armorer. Both Baldwin and Gutierrez have charges reduced substantially from what to what. I guess I forget what they were originally charged with, but they both had their things reduced, and now they face a max of 18 months in jail. Production to resume in spring. Yeah, I think it's relatively fair. I mean, I don't know. It's pretty much as far as I can tell, an accident. Negligent accident, but not an intentional homicide. So sucks to be the first one that got whacked, but whatever. Who cares? And again, privilege. Alec Baldwin, I don't care. He's lived his fuck all these people. I hate all the celebrity class. I hate them all. Can't raise their own kids, and they force me to fucking teach them, and then they steal from me. Tennessee Republicans vote to make drag shows felonies. Do you know what's felony? Theft, fraud, conspiracy, racketeering. So again, just play games and come. It's the ABCs of law. We will. If A through Z are the laws currently as statuted law today requiring law enforcement, if they are broken, is A through Z, we will enforce A through about C. And then we'll vote and play games and come about through C, from about D through G. And then after H, then we just don't even give a fuck at all. Then we just don't care at all. It's not my responsibility. Alabama player Brandon Miller brought a gun to a teammate that was involved in killing a 23-year-old female mother. Should he be punished? I think you haven't followed the case at all closely. The gun was handed off twice, I think, meaning he gave it to somebody and somebody else gave him a gun with no intention of what was going to be used for, again, whatever. I don't know. I don't think you can just. I don't know. I don't know the straight up laws about giving a gun to somebody. So I don't know the actual law, but without direct intent of what the gun was to be used for, if it's not simply illegal to just give somebody else a gun, which might be illegal to do that as is, but then I would not punish him now. Alex Murdoch. So first, was that Murdoch is like an Irish name, but I would say Murdo. But clearly people are saying Murdoch, and everyone's trying to say words properly now. So maybe just the GH in Gaelic or whatever it's called is oct, Murdoch. So I just don't know the diphthongs of Gaelic or whatever Irish language this is. Whatever. But Alex Murdoch's trial takes the world by storm. Who the fuck is Alex Murdoch? Double murder, dude on trial for double murder of his wife and son after a history of mysterious deaths and deceit and fraud and embezzlement. So again, dude, you can just see it in his face, he's fucking guilty. You can just fucking see it. He's trying to put on a fucking show. He's so selfish, he's going to defend himself. He is the beta male that's going to die on the hill of weird shit. And it's the entire baby boomer generation. It's everybody. It's so fucking disgusting. The Chronicles of the Kings of Israel and Judah are lost texts. So in the book club, we're reading through, again, clearly references to two other books. Did some Googling, it does seem to be lost. They have no records of them anywhere. So I also did reference, always commenting on the differentiation between Hebrew and Jewish and Yiddish as well. I thought Yiddish was older dialect, but it's just more of I think it's like a German translation or a German dialect. But I think Hebrew is the oldest the language of the Jewish people. But that was my error. I thought, just to get intuitively, I thought Yiddish was older, but it isn't. So that was a quick history lesson for today. Comic strip Dilbert dropped after creator's racist rant. Not sure what it was dropped from, not sure what the rant was, but I wrote down the headline. So, never really watched Dilbert, know of the comic strip. Tommy Fury, UK male, 23 or 24 versus Jake Paul, US male, 25 or 20, I think 25. Boxing match at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. I'd watch it. Oh, it's $50. Wow, cannot afford that. Cannot make a single choice for my life that involves money. What choices in life involve money? All of them. Seriously, all of them. I try to be respectful of my parents' life and of their careers, and I've never asked them for a single penny that I didn't need. And now that I'm the victim of profound crime, we will do nothing besides blame the victim. So I can't make a choice for anything. I can't go anywhere. I can't make any plans. I can't set up anything. I just have to sit here and work and hope somebody, one human being, has the decency to give me a time frame within 5 years in which I will be able to integrate into society. The answer to that is no. I am a scapegoat. I am not allowed in. Other people would have to change their behavior if I was allowed into the society. I'm not. So enjoy playing games and coming. 23, 24, 25, and I'm going to be 30, and I work all fucking day. Good God, you guys are so disgusting. Just enjoy your fucking privileged handout fucking lives. So happy news. I might do a news segment called Zoo News. Cause I know I like Zoo News. Like we had baby Fritz and big sister Fiona here in Columbus, Ohio at the Columbus Zoo, doing their lives, living their best lives, not getting tortured by their species every fucking day, not getting denigrated every day, not having their property stolen literally constantly, and then having their family act like it didn't happen. In the same way a 14-year-old girl gets raped by an uncle in a respected family, and then they shun the 14-year-old. Just like, fuck, how do I fucking get into a world that isn't disgusting? It doesn't exist. So I might I have a new segment called Zoo News. So in the first segment of Zoo News, we have two escapees. We have Ben the Bear escapes from St. Louis Zoo enclosure for the second time in a month. First time he broke through the steel mesh. The second time he poked a hole through something. So Ben the Bear is on the loose. Well, he was on the loose, but he just wants to be free, yo. Ben's just out here trying to get free. But he got returned to his cage. So Ben the Bear looks like he's pretty mischievous. And he's going to be coming back for some more escapes. But we did have a successful escape in the zoos this past week. We had Flacco the owl escape from Central Park Zoo and is allowed to remain free. So shout out to the big homie Flacco for busting out of the gates, finding that freedom. Again, as a human being with constitutional rights, property being stolen, I will never experience freedom. I will never be able to make a choice for myself as long as my constitutional rights are violated, and I'm not allowed to access any fucking cash flow. But that it is what it is, and nobody gives a fuck about Brad. Nobody ever has, nobody ever will. And because I'm good at things, because I'm competent, my confidence intimidates people. They call me a threat, and then they blame me for it, and they exert any punishment over me they can. My mom threatened to breach a contract, which again, it will be sued and criminally prosecuted. And you're getting through all of these fucking people. Please stop torturing me like a dirty fucking animal because you guys will not enforce the law. Please give me a time frame within 5 years so I can make a choice for myself and feel like a person. Please. There's only so many words that come out of my mouth or some dirty other fucking animal has to treat me like a person. And it will never happen. So to everybody that says we can do basically whatever we want, you are bragging about committing treason and threatening me in my home. And I will defend that with lethal force. I don't squash shit, and that's not a threat. You guys need to face punishment for your fucking actions. And the vast majority of all professionals have done nothing besides network, played games, and come, and it has damaged society profoundly, and people just cannot take responsibility for their actions. It will never stop occurring. I will keep working all day, every day, until something breaks, and then I am fucking done. I am changing my number. I might even just throw away my fucking cell phone. But I have been suffering profoundly because of other people's criminal activity for 7 continuous years. When the fuck does that stop? The answer is never. People do not change. People do not know how to behave. So thank you for watching. I beg somebody out there to please have the decency or integrity to do something to help me. Do something to enforce the law. Do something to fulfill your legal obligations. Fucking please. Do something to fulfill your human decency obligations. Fucking please. I am tired of this.